and welcome back to GK Today. I am Sana and in this video we'll cover the current affairs. Before we move ahead, let me inform you that these questions are part of our daily 20 MCQ series 2022 in the GK Today's Android application. So if you are looking for the text version of these questions and their explanations along with the interactive quiz, you may consider joining our daily 20 MCQ series in the GK Today Android application. In this course in app, you get daily 20 MCQs, a fortnightly quiz, a monthly revision document, and also category-wise revision e-books that are optimized for reading on mobile. You are also able to access all archives of questions from January 2020 onwards. And let me tell you one more thing. If you want the Hindi version of this session, you can refer to our former channel named as GK Today. The link has been given in the description box from where you can reach to. So without taking much of your time, let's get started.
Good morning everyone. Welcome back to GK Today. And today we'll be discussing most important MCQs for 13th of October 2022. Let's start. Modhera, which was declared as India's first 24/7 solar powered village, is located in which Indian state or the Union Territory? So Prime Minister Narendra Modi declared Modhera, which is a village in Mehsana district in the state of Gujarat, as the India's first solar powered village. And Modhera is also associated with the Sun Temple, right? So according to the Gujarat government, over 1000 solar panels have been installed on the village houses and it generates the electricity for the villages. And they will be provided with the solar electricity at the zero cost. Fine. So you can also be asked that which is India's very first 24/7 solar powered village. So that village is Modhera and it lies in the state of Gujarat. Fine. Now you have to tell me which is India's very first napkin free, means sanitary napkin free village. Do let me know in the comments, and also don't forget to tell me in which state of India does this village lie. Okay. Next is, which union ministry organized the Betiyan Bane Kushal National Conference on Skilling in Non-Traditional Livelihood? So Ministry of Women and the Child Development organized the National Conference on Skilling in Non-Traditional Livelihood for the girls named as Betiyan Bane Kushal. Okay, and this conference was organized under the banner of Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao on the occasion of International Day of the Girl Child. Fine. So memorandum of understandings were signed between Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship along with Ministry of Minority Affairs for skilling of the young girls. Okay. So you can be asked that Betiyan Bane Kushal National Conference is associated with which particular ministry? So answer would be Ministry of Women and Child Development. Now apart from it, the Office of the Development Commissioner Handicrafts, which actually work under the Ministry of Textile, has recently launched an Indian handicraft portal. Okay. So through this fully digitized marketing platform, all the eligible artisans can now apply online for marketing their events. And the online process will provide equal, fair and transparent opportunity to all the artisans. Fine. So you can be asked that which union ministry launched the Indian handicraft portal? So answer would be Ministry of Textile. Next question is, Water Sports Center jointly built by Sports Authority of India and NTPC was recently inaugurated in which Indian state or the Union Territory? So Union Minister of Youth Affairs and also he is the Minister of Sports. Who's that? Mr. Anurag Singh Thakur. Recently he inaugurated a water sports center in Bilaspur in the state of Himachal Pradesh. And this water sports center has been jointly initiated by the Sports Authority of India and NTPC, means National Thermal Power Corporation. And this center will be dedicated to train the athletes in water sports, for example, rowing, canoeing and kayaking. These are different water sports. Fine. So Water Sports Center is jointly built by which two important organizations? Sport Authority of India and NTPC. At which place? So it is Himachal Pradesh. Next question is, what is the theme of the World Mental Health Day 2022? So this day is marked every year on 10th of October. Why? To raise awareness about the mental health around the world. And every year since 2013, World Health Organization has organized a global campaign for the World Mental Health Day. And this year, what was the theme? Make mental health for all a global priority. Okay. So obviously, from days and themes question, only two things are important. When do we observe the World Mental Health Day? So answer would be 10th of October. And what was the theme for this year? Okay. Now don't forget that the World Post Day is celebrated to mark the establishment of Universal Postal Union in Brunei in the year 1874 on 9th of October. And the Indian Department of the Post celebrates the National Postal Week from 9th of October to 13th of October this year. And India's government operated postal system, named as India Post, is the world's largest postal system, and the activities conducted will be in line with this year's theme. And what is the theme? I'm writing it here. Post for planet, moving a step ahead. Okay. So examiner can ask you, the celebration of World Post Day is observed in which month? So answer will be October month. Okay. Next question is, Samantha Cristoforetti, who was seen in the news recently, is the first female commander on the International Space Station from which region? So the first European female commander on the International Space Station is the Italian astronaut Samantha Cristoforetti. Okay. And she works at the project that is aimed at inspiring the young girls to start the career in STEM. What is STEM? Science, technology, engineering and mathematics. Okay. So you can also be asked that who's the first female commander on the International Space Station? So the name of that person is Samantha Cristoforetti, and she is from the region Europe. Okay. If you would be asked about the country, so answer would be Italy. Next is, India launched a new task force under the Strategic Clean Energy Partnership with which country? So the US and India have launched a new task force under the Strategic Clean Energy Partnership, and the task force will focus on the accelerated deployment of energy storage technologies. Okay. And this energy storage task force intends to facilitate ongoing dialogue among the government officials, industry, representatives, etc. Okay. And don't forget that US Trade and the Development Agency is funding a study to evaluate viability of a hybrid solar and wind power plant with integrated battery energy storage in the state of Gujarat. Fine. So you can be asked that which two countries have created a new task force under the Strategic Clean Energy Partnership? So answer would be India and USA. Next is, which state or the union territory is the host of the Heli India Summit 2022? So Minister of Civil Aviation, Mr. Jyotiraditya M. Scindia, inaugurated the 4th Heli India Summit in the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir. And this year theme was helicopters for the last mile connectivity. Okay. And also it was announced that a civil enclave will be built in Jammu at a cost of 861 crore rupees. And also ministry has decided to incubate Project Sanjeevani by deploying a helicopter to provide emergency medical services at AIIMS Rishikesh. Okay. So important thing is, which state is the host of Heli India Summit? So this is actually the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir. Now apart from it, Union Minister for Environment, Forest and the Climate Change, Mr. Bhupendra Yadav, has recently inaugurated the Sustainable Mountain Development Summit 11, where? At Leh in Ladakh. Okay. And the theme for this event was harnessing the tourism for sustainable mountain development. Fine. So the main focus of the summit is to reduce the negative impact of the tourism while harnessing its positive contribution for building climate and socio-ecological resilience as well as sustainability. Fine. So if you are asked that which state or the union territory is the host of Sustainable Mountain Development Summit 11, so answer would be Leh Ladakh. Fine. Next is the Nobel Memorial Prize in Economic Sciences 2022 was awarded to 3 scientists for their research in which particular field. So the Nobel Memorial Prize in Economic Sciences was actually awarded to Ben S. Bernanke, who's actually the former chair of the US Federal Reserve. Second is Douglas W. Diamond. And third is Philip H. Dybvig of USA for their research into banks and financial crisis. Okay. So as per the committee, the laureates have provided a foundation for our modern understanding of why banks are needed and why they are vulnerable and what to do about it. Fine. So important thing is who have been awarded with the Nobel Prize in Economic Sciences. So these are the 3 awardees and in which field they have been awarded. So answer would be banks and financial crisis. Next is Mulayam Singh Yadav, who passed away recently, served as the Chief Minister of which Indian state? So veteran Uttar Pradesh politician Mulayam Singh Yadav, who is the founder of the Samajwadi Party, passed away recently at the age of 82 years. And he served as the Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh thrice, that is from 1989 to 1991, then again from 1993 to 1995, and once again from 2003 to 2007. Okay. And also he had served as the Union Defence Minister under the United Front government from 1996 up to 1998. Okay. So here correct answer would be Uttar Pradesh. Next is which state has the highest number of girls who got married before attaining the age of 21? So according to the latest demographic sample survey by the Union Home Ministry, 54.9% of the girls are married in the West Bengal before attaining the age of 21 years. Okay. And in the state of Jharkhand, the figure is 54.6% as against the national average of 29.5%. And as per the sample registration system statistical report, the percentage of the girls getting married before attaining the majority is as high as 5.8 in Jharkhand, while the percentage is 1.9 at the national level and it is 0.0 in the state of Kerala. Okay. So West Bengal is the state that has the highest number of girls who got married before attaining the age of 21. Fine. Next question is, which racing driver won the Formula 1 World Championship title in 2022? So Max Verstappen was declared F1 World Champion after winning the Japanese Grand Prix title. And at second, there was Charles Leclerc. Okay. So who is the winner of Formula 1 World Championship title? This is Max Verstappen and second is Charles Leclerc. Next question is, which tennis player won the Astana Open final title? So Novak Djokovic claimed the 90th title of his career and the 4th of 2022 with a straight set victory over Stefanos Tsitsipas in the ATP final that was held in Astana. Okay. So with this victory, he guaranteed himself a spot at the 2022 ATP finals and he is from the country Serbia. Also, if you remember, a few days back, he has also won the Tel Aviv, right? So these are the most important current affairs and the news from today. And now we'll come to our revision section. Which 3 categories we are covering today? First of all, we'll see few important ranks of India in different type of indices, okay? And at second, there is a new category named as facts and figures. Here we'll see some important data that are relevant for your examination. And at third, we'll talk about important institutions that are in news. Okay. Let's start with India's rank in different indices. What is the rank of India in the WIPO Global Innovation Index 2022? So in this, India was ranked at 40th among 132 countries, and the headquarters of WIPO lies in Geneva, Switzerland. Which are the top 3 countries in this index? First is Switzerland, then second is US, and the third is Sweden. What is the rank of India in the Global Crypto Adoption Index 2022? In this, we are ranked at 4th position, and the first country that has actually adopted the crypto in a very good way is Vietnam. Okay. Important thing is China has again re-entered in the top 10 of this index. What is the rank of India in the UNDP's Human Development Index 2021? In this, India is ranked at 132 position among 191 countries. And which are the top 3 countries? First is Switzerland, second is Norway, and the third one is Iceland. Okay. What is the rank of India in the 2022 edition of Henley Passport Index? So in this index, India is ranked at 87th position, and the top 3 countries are Japan is at first position, second is Singapore, and third is South Korea. Which state is ranked first in the Niti Aayog's India Innovation Index 2021? So in this, the first state is Karnataka, second is Telangana, third is Haryana, and the fourth is Maharashtra. If we talk about the northeastern states, then Manipur was at the top, and talking about the Union Territory, Chandigarh has been ranked at first. Okay. Which institution was ranked first in the National Institutional Ranking Framework 2022? This is IIT Madras. And further, IIT Madras is followed with IIT Delhi at second position, and then IIT Bombay at third. Which city was ranked first in India in the EIU Global Liability Index 2022? This is New Delhi. Actually, 5 Indian cities were listed in this index. First is obviously New Delhi, second is Mumbai, third is Chennai, fourth is Ahmedabad, and fifth is Bangalore. Okay. And overall, at global level, the first city was Vienna from Austria. Fine. So New Delhi's rank was 140, Mumbai's rank was 141, Chennai was ranked at 142, Ahmedabad rank is 143, and Bangalore was ranked at 146. These ranks are not very relevant. Only thing you have to remember is the first city that was ranked in this from India is New Delhi, and at the global level, the first city was Vienna. So let's talk about few important facts and figures. What is India's logistic cost as a proportion of GDP as of 2022? So this was 13 to 14%. Okay. Why logistic cost is this much? So as to promote seamless movement of the goods across the country. What is the share of government health expenditure in GDP in 2018 to 2019? This is 1.28%. Okay. So the share of government health expenditure in GDP has actually increased from past few years, because in the year 2013 to 14, this value was 1.15%. Then later on in 2017 to 18, this value further increased at 1.35%. And finally in 2018 to 19, this is 1.28%. Also, the share of the government health expenditure in total health expenditure has increased, and in 2018 to 19, the share of the government health expenditure to total health expenditure is 40.6%. Okay. As per the recent NSO data, what was India's GDP growth rate in the first quarter of the fiscal year 2022 to 23? This value is 13.5%. What is the real GDP growth forecast for India in financial year 23 by CRISIL? So CRISIL has projected India's real GDP growth forecast at 7.3%. What is the full form of CRISIL? Credit Rating Information Services of India Limited. What is the GDP growth projection for India in financial year 23 as per the OECD's recent report? This is 6.9%. And OECD means Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development. You have to tell me, where does the headquarters lie? What is the fiscal deficit recorded in India for 2021 to 22 in percentage of GDP? So the fiscal deficit that was recorded in India for the last financial year is 6.71%. As per the recent NSO update, June 2022, what is the GDP growth estimate of India in 2021 to 22? This is 8.7%. As per a recent report, economic losses due to pollution have increased as a proportion of GDP, mainly in which countries? So due to pollution, the proportion of GDP that goes as economic losses was major in India, China and the country Nigeria. Okay. Now let's talk about important institutions. I have not taken them as one-liner because I have to explain something. For example, first news is, as a part of Education 4.0 India initiative, the World Economic Forum has launched a new Education 4.0 India report. Okay. And this report deliberates on how digital and the other technologies can actually address learning the gaps and make education accessible to all. And this report is the collaboration between the World Economic Forum, UNICEF and the UVA. Okay. So you can be asked that which institution launched the Education 4.0 India report? So answer will be World Economic Forum. Fine. Now the next news is Indian cricket star Mahendra Singh Dhoni launched a made in India camera drone named as Droni with advanced features during the Global Drone Expo in Chennai. Okay. And this drone has been manufactured by Garud Aerospace, whose brand ambassador is the ace cricketer Dhoni. We have talked about it recently. And a new Kisan drone was also launched, the aim of which is to focus in the agriculture sector, particularly in spraying the applications. Okay. So you can be asked that Droni, which is a made in India camera drone, was recently launched by which institution? So answer would be Garud Aerospace. Now the third news is Indian Capital Market Regulator SEBI has recently issued the guidelines regarding execution of demat debit and pledge instruction for the transfer of securities towards the deliveries or settlement obligations and pledging and the repledging of securities. Okay. So not very relevant. Only thing you can be asked is which institution issued the guidelines regarding the execution of a demat debit and the pledge instruction. So this is SEBI. Fine. So these are the important institutions that I need to tell you. Now let's start with today's quiz. Here on the slide you can see 5 questions which have been taken from the past 2-3 days current affairs. Pause the video and try to solve each of these questions. And at the end of the lecture, do not forget to share your scores in the comment section. So please be honest and do not cheat with yourself. So that's it for today. I hope you have liked the session. These were the important news and events from today, and we will meet again tomorrow with some more important current affairs. Till then, stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching, and please do not forget to subscribe to GK Today. With this, Meenu Satsana signing off.